I feel good today. What's up, everybody? It is Sunday, May 21st, 2023. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not close. Now, it is Sunday brunch. You guys all know that. Before we look forward, we must always look back. Yesterday, another solid day of a ho-hum day at the brand, but Danny Brasco going 2-1. My man AB going 2-1, but that was yesterday. This is today. And look at the stars I have today. Proppy's here. The sniper is here. The counselor is here. M Squared was supposed to be here. Tech issues. We know we have him all the time, but we do have a fire pick from him as well. But let's get right into it, guys. We got marquee matchups, fade or follow tonight. And I cannot believe the continued disrespect for the Miami Heat. Up 2-0. And somehow the Celtics are favored by 3.5 on the road, down 2-0. Explain that one to me. The total sitting at 213.5. Counselor, let's start with you. Are you fading or following the Celtics as a favorite in Game 3?
This will be the third time in a row I fade the Celtics. The line is just too big ultimately. And you're right about the disrespect. I mean, 3.5 is a lot of points for a Miami home team that has just sort of figured the Boston Celtics out. I think we can get past the idea that, well, the Celtics are just more talented than the Heat. Like, that's clearly true from a one-on-one standpoint if you look at the rosters. But Miami is doing things against the Celtics, against the Bucks, against the Knicks that are just different defensively in particular. And if this game is close down the stretch, I expect not only the Heat to cover, but to win. So give me the 3.5.
Taylor in the chat said this line is just bonkers. And I agree. Proppy, do you think this line is bonkers?
I do, Coach, and I'm here to repent for my sins. I faded these Heat, my favorite Heat, coming into Game 2. Not going to make that same mistake in Game 3. At home, this Heat team has been absolutely phenomenal all postseason long. Massive contributions across the board. Obviously, we know about Jimmy Butler, but if you look at even the guys in the 7th and 8th, Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry off the bench, Caleb Martin, there's more undrafted free agents on this team in this rotation than players who are drafted. It is unbelievable to watch this brand of basketball. Give me the Heat.
Think about that for a second, but the chip that's on the shoulders of all of those undrafted players is humongous. Humongous. Sniper, I'm going to let you play as always. How are you leaning? Are you fading or following the Celtics?
Yeah, I'm going to have to jump on board and fade the Celtics. I think that, and I can speak to sports in general here, at some point in a playoffs or a tournament or whatever it may be, there comes a point where you have to just drop whatever seed that team is. And I almost feel like this line is reflective of, the Heat are an 8 seed and they're up 2-0, so they're probably going to lose now. Well, no. I think by now it's Eastern Conference Finals. You've already gotten through 2 7-game series just to get here. Throw away the seeds. Who cares that they were an 8? That doesn't matter anymore. Now that they're at home, I mean, I believe they haven't lost on their home floor in the playoffs, right?
That's correct.
That's correct, right?
Yeah. So why are they an underdog now when they're up to that doesn't make sense. I think it's obvious that you've got to go with the Heat in this one.
To me, this is an obvious. There are human beings running these sports books. Sometimes we think it's all machines. It's not always machines that set these lines, and we know that because this is crazy. All three of you, great takes right there. Absolutely great takes. And by the way, I saw somebody comparing, and I don't like comparisons all that often, but Jimmy to a dagger like Kobe. And I was like, that's not a bad comparison because you pissed him off. And then what did he do? Exactly what Kobe would have done.
The funny thing is it shouldn't even take that. But then knowing that when you do that and doing it anyway, that's like the biggest boneheaded move you can make.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, Sniper? I agree with you. All right. We're going to get to pick the prop in a second, and we just came off a couple of days ago. Aaron Judge, thank you very much. But before we do that, you guys know that we've been taking over a whole nother platform here at CBS, and it's called A Little HQ.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reaction.
The largest final round comeback in tour championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
Can we all give a shout out, please, to John? He says, I've been watching the past several months, but the first time I'm here live. John,
nice.
welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Everybody in the chat, can you write welcome John for me, please? Let John know how much we appreciate the fact that he's here. There's so many people like him. All right, now let's get to a fun play because I know it's a little known secret that you're allowed to have fun in sports betting. It's crazy, I know. But we're going to pick the prop. Sniper, I'm starting with you. Aaron Judge, this is kind of his number, right? Plus 250 is his number. Yordan Alvarez plus 350 and Ronald Acuna at plus 425. Where are we leaning today, Sniper?
I think Judge has to be the easy and obvious pick. I mean, the Yankees are playing in Great American Ballpark, and as M Squared pointed out on Friday, when we all picked Judge, by the way, and he hit a home run, that it is the best home run environment in Major League Baseball. I know a lot of people might think Coors Field is, or maybe even Fenway, but no. It's Great American Ballpark. Judge had hit 7 home runs in 7 games through Friday. He didn't hit one yesterday, but he went 4 for 4 with a double. So he's still as locked in as could be. Judge is the obvious pick. If these odds come down and it makes people uncomfortable and they want to go with longer odds, Yordan Alvarez last year against James Kaprielian of the A's went 1 for 3 with a double. He is facing a righty. Yordan's a lefty. He is at home. The A's have an awful bullpen, so you could go with Yordan as well, and I wouldn't argue with that one. But I'm on Judge.
Educate and entertain. We get to pick Anna Lean. That's what we do. It's what the crew's all about. Counselor, let's go to you next. Where are you going with these 3?
I love the analysis on both of those guys, by the way. I'm going to go with Aaron Judge. I think Hunter Green has stuff for sure, but Aaron Judge is definitely locked in. Plus 250, it's a pretty short number, but if anybody was going to get a short number today, it would be Aaron Judge in Great American Small Park. Plus 250 is very fair.
Hold on. The chat always takes care of us. Daniel says Judge is not even in the lineup today.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Okay, so we will stop.
Go on Yordan then.
Let's go Yordan. And would you move over to Yordan too? Cosign? Probably.
Yep.
Let's come to
you.
They
must be the Peacock game at 11:35.
Well, they did say he doesn't play before noon.
That's it then. All right.
Well, thank you, crew. The home crew, I should say. Proppy, you got 2 selections now. Where are you going?
I was going Yordan regardless. Obviously can't go wrong with either of these 3. Like this matchup against James Kaprielian. He's been terrible this season. ERA over 10, already given up 6 home runs. Give me Yordan.
All right, very good. We pivot. That's what we do live and in real time. All right, so we got pick the prop done. We got the Heat getting disrespected done. But you guys come here for one reason. Well, maybe 2. But that's to get fire picks. That's exactly what we're going to do right here, right now. But not before. We hear from one of our other incredible partners.
Phenomenal! Absolutely magisterial here!
So, by the way, Buckets update, ladies and gentlemen. Buckets update. Your nemesis, Sia, put out a tweet. And we all know he went to Vegas for the Electric Festival. And he put out a tweet. This is very on brand. Didn't get home till 6 a.m. Got up at 9 a.m. to watch Byron give the league away. Buckets, you don't go to Vegas to stay up till 6 a.m. and then get up at 9 a.m. to watch the soccer game. Oh, my goodness.
Is it possible he didn't know which time zone was which, and he actually got like 6 hours of sleep in there? He did like one time zone for when he went to bed and a different from when he got up.
I'm afraid.
I'm just saying, it's Buckets. You never know. He probably.
You know what? That's a great point. What was I thinking? All right. Well, I told him to text me when he lands back in where he lives at, because he doesn't like to give out the state because, he's got so many of those fans that he has
Groupies.
now. Yeah, he had the
Buckets groupies.
He's got a ton of them. All right, let's get to it. Let's start our board today. And I got a text last night. True story. I got a text from Ian Parker, my partner on PFL, used to be here on the show. Now he's killing it at ESPN. He said, first 5 Sia is absolutely destroying it. I said, I agree. So can we have first 5 Sia? Perhaps today, sir.
Perhaps we can. Of course, by the way, that's great that Ian Parker texted you that. He was probably on the play I tweeted out yesterday, which, of course, was the Cardinals against the Dodgers. It wasn't even a sweat. It was a first five. They were even money, basically, and they won 3-0. By the way, a lot of you are sitting, speaking of tweeting things out, on a Brooks Koepka ticket at 46-1 because I tweeted that live play out on Thursday night after round one. He was about 7 shots back in about 60th place. And I noticed in the chat, some of you gobbled that up on Thursday night. So let's bring that home as well. My play today is the Cubs' first 5. They are at Philadelphia. They are slight dogs, depending on where you look. It's -108 on FanDuel, -110 in most other places. Both of these teams, the Cubs and the Phillies, are limping. The Cubs have lost 6 of 7. The Phillies have lost 5 of 6. What I like here is the pitching matchup. You got Justin Steele against the Phillies, a left-hander. Phillies not very good against left-handers. But more importantly, the reason why this line is close to even money, the reason why the Cubs are a slight underdog is because Justin Steele has regressed a little bit. He hasn't really pitched that well over the last couple of games. But speaking of not pitching well, Taijuan Walker is pitching for the Phillies. He hasn't pitched well all season. He's on 3 days rest. They're starting him today partly because they have nobody else to start. His ERA is over 6. No command, no control. He's allowing a lot of walks. And by the way, his last outing was against the San Francisco Giants, and he lasted 40 pitches, not even a full inning. The San Francisco Giants, which last I checked, they don't have Barry Bonds or Jeff Kent or a bunch of their sluggers from 20 years ago. This is the current San Francisco Giants, and they roughed up Taijuan Walker. It's par for the course for him. I really like the Cubs' first 5 here.
All right, -108. Love that number as well. Up next, I'm going to give out the play that M Squared was going to give out, but his tech kind of broke down, and I'm just going to read you what he sent me so you guys are very, very clear, okay? His play is the Nationals on the money line, -130, and he says, quote, I don't back the Nationals often unless they face a left-handed pitcher or Josiah Gray is on the mound. Sunday, we got both of the matchup with the Tigers. Joey Wentz relies heavily on the fastball, 48%, and cut fastball, 26%, and both pitches have OBA numbers well below the Major League Baseball average. This is very – he's way above my head right now. The fastball at 48% of pitch – okay, you guys get the point. Nationals is the play today, and it's why he's our resident genius, okay? Those are 3 reasons. I got 4 more for you, but you don't need to hear them. Nationals on the money line, -130. All right. Proppy, I know you've been like a rabid dog all weekend. You've been waiting for this moment. What do you got for us today?
Yeah, Coach, we're going to the Miami Heat side of things. Kyle Lowry over 16.5 combined points, rebounds, and assists. Lowry has been a linchpin off of Miami's bench. The Miami's bench coming into the postseason was a huge problem. They finished 23rd in bench points during the regular season, but in the postseason, since Lowry has started coming off the bench, it has been a big strength for these Heat. He's coming off of a dud in Game 2. In Game 1, he scored half of the Heat's bench points, had 15 points, had a 0-burger in Game 2. He responds heavily historically when he does not play well. Last time he had a 0-point performance in the playoffs, responded by scoring 18 points in the following game. He fills it up in a variety of ways. I expect him to play upwards of 30 minutes, especially if this game is tight and competitive, which the point spread certainly reflects that. So give me Kyle Lowry. We're getting a discount on the line as well. Pretty significant one. Over 16.5 combined points, rebounds, and assists.
Only in this world, Proppy, can the Heat win. Lowry actually played pretty well, but yet Nathan says Lowry blew it last game. I'm staying away from him. I guess maybe his number he blew it, but he played very, very well. He has been playing well. That's the reason they're up 2-0, but I understand it's a prop. Now, in the chat, they're asking for a matchup, Sia, perhaps later today in the final round of the PGA Championship, because there is a boost at one of said sports books. Do you happen to have one that you are targeting?
Well, thanks for asking. I have a couple that I would qualify as a lean, and therefore I think you can go ahead and bet it. It's not an official play, but I do like Adam Svensson over Sepp Straka. That's going to be -120, -115, maybe even -125, depending on where you look. I like all those. If it's anything more than -125, don't take it. But I do like Svensson over Straka. And then, honestly, in the final grouping, I'm leaning Brooks Koepka over Victor Hovland. That's not just because I have Brooks at plus 4,600 as a live play, and so do a lot of people in the chat. But I do think Brooks probably, he doesn't normally play round fours, but I think he has the class in round fours and at a major to really close this thing out. Whereas Victor Hovland, we've seen him kind of stumble in round fours. Frankly, I just think Koepka right now in the all-around game, it's probably a little bit better than Victor Hovland. So you can get that at like -120, -125. I do like Koepka over Hovland as well.
You also have to look at how their week has been, laid out, because you can look at their score. Oh, they're one shot apart. But Brooks played horrible on Thursday, shot over par. And then what did he do? He came back with a 66 on Friday, another 66 yesterday. He's trending.
And he looks really comfortable, Coach. He looks really, especially on the greens, he looks really comfortable.
Yeah, and he's healthy. And he has a lot of FOMO. And he even said it.
He does.
If I was healthy when I signed with Liv, I probably wouldn't have gone there.
He made a mistake. I get it, but he made a mistake.
100%.
Yeah.
Counselor, as always, thank you very much. Now, I normally don't have a play, gentlemen, on the Sunday morning show. I'm going to make Sniper wait just for 30 more seconds. But today I do, because I like you. Sniper, you're killing me. I like to find little pieces where the sports books maybe have messed up. And I would love anybody's reaction to this. So my play today is the Heat for the series. Bet it live, because right now they're only minus, let me check my notes, 162. Yes, a little juicy, but are you kidding me? The juice is most definitely worth the squeeze. If I would have told you prior to any series that the Heat would be up 2-0 and you'd get him for less than -170 to win the series, oh, by the way, they've already won 2 games on the road. They're coming home for 2 more. This is crazy. This should be -250, -300. This should be unbettable. Go bet it right now. This will go over -200 sometime later today or after they win the third game and go up 3-0. But this is a lock, and I cannot believe it's this number. You're welcome, America. You're welcome. All right, now, Sniper, hopefully you've gotten over your little temper tantrum, because now we are ready. And I love Floor is yours, sir.
All right, I guess I'll go. I don't even remember what I was going to say, really. All right, whatever. So here's the thing. The A's are pitiful. They're 10-37. They have a negative 162 run differential. They've lost 11 of the last 13. They're an embarrassment to Major League Baseball. No, they're an embarrassment to minor league baseball, but they have to play in the majors right now, facing the champs and the Astros, who have their mojo back. They've won 6 in a row. They've won 9 of 10. I wanted to get in on this no matter where I could. And if you look at the money line, last I looked, it was -355. That's a little much. Even the run line is almost 200, -200. So Framber Valdez for the win, it is. He's been really good for most of the year. Last time out against the Cubs, he did hit my strikeout prop over, but then he kind of fell apart after that. He didn't make it 5. He's facing the A's this time around, though. So I've got Framber Valdez recording a win. Surely he's going to go at least 5 against this pitiful A's lineup, and the Astros are going to win the ball game. The odds are pretty low on that, so I like that one. He did have a 1.96 ERA and 3 starts against the A's last year, so I think we're in good shape. And I also wanted to say, the night before I'm coming on the early edge, I have a dry erase board over there that I always write down a lot of the games that I'm thinking about playing. And I wanted to back here the counselor because I had Cubs first 5 written down. And I wanted to say that even though it wasn't my official play, I'm backing him on that. I love the play because deep down in places I don't like to talk about at parties, I want you on that wall. I need you on that wall.
Oh, miserable Matt is officially my favorite Matt. Officially my favorite Matt. Sia, did you like that reference? Reference?
I love any A Few Good Men reference. We could go all day back and forth. If we had the time, we could just do the whole movie right now.
Absolutely.
Maybe one day we should try to do a show where all of our takes are just movie references. That would be hysterical. And it could be done.
Markinson's gone. There is no Markinson. I love that.
Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here's the recap, courtesy of our man AB on the 1s and the 2s. M squared. He named the show Sunday Brunch. He's never far away. Nationals on the money line, -130. We gave you all the reasons why. Proppy, Kyle Lowry, over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists, -120. First 5, Sia says Cubs, first 5 money line, -108. Sniper validates that pick, and then he comes in with Valdez to record a win, -113. He's got to go at least 5. We know that. Heat to win the series from your boy, -162. You're welcome. This is such a stupid price when you're up 2-0, just like the price on Game 3 tonight is just completely out of whack. I can't even believe it. Do not forget, we are here 7 days a week. On weekdays, we're here 2 times a day. We've got a golf show on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Translation, we're here all the time for you. We never stop. Some days, more energetic than others, but that's where everybody needs to pick each other up. So, with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Right, Tiger, Lemo, Cows, Prop, Sniper, AB on the ones and the twos. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on the track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.